loads of questions, and people say that I'm over analytical, or I'm thinking too much, that I'm asking too many questions. If I really understood, I wouldn't be disrespectful. I wouldn't this and that. You know what? If I don't know what people think. Everybody's different. I don't know what you think. I don't know what they think. You only know what comes out of my mouth. And these things change in people. Very often they change in people. And I do my best not to be contrary to something that I've said or done or believe, save for improving upon the situation, because we do have misunderstandings. We do make mistakes. We only have so much information that we get, and we have a limited understanding of that information. And we strive to improve our understanding of that information. And people use words all the time that mean different things to different people. There's a lot of generalization and summarizing that goes about. We can see this most in text messages. There's a lot of conflicts. And I don't know if you've experienced this yourself, but how many conflicts come from the text message? Because it's more difficult to convey emotion in a text message or an email for the general populace. It is then also to interpret these things more difficult, because we're generalizing and summarizing. Is thank you the same as thanks? This is all. Is the communication of today really acceptable? And specifically so verbally. Is it so difficult to explain yourself so that somebody understands? If you don't understand, is it a bad thing to ask a question and say, I don't understand? You know what? I've been given today this information that I am now associated to a person that I am familiar with, that in this way that I own. I don't understand. And I'll say that I don't understand, and I'll ask questions. What do you mean by? And I will ask, and I will disagree flat out. I will say no. Somebody says something, blah, 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 no. Stop right where you are. People don't like me saying no. It's happened, and it does. But there's something in what they have said, and I have to stop them. I feel that I have to. I don't have to stop them, but I do, because I want them to say something correctly. And they've already gotten off the wrong track. And don't, like I said earlier in this message, do not let people tell you how you feel. Do not let them tell you what you think, because they do not know. You know. And you can contradict them. Oh, this is what you're doing. Oh, this is why you're doing it. Oh, this is what you think. No, these are assumptions made by people. You can say, no, that is not what I think. You are wrong. You do not understand. I can help you understand. Why don't you let me explain to you? And when it comes to behavior is a difficult thing for all of us to always have in control. Tempers, etc. Temper is not an easy thing to maintain when there is as much conflict in the world as there is. To keep in a mild temperament would be amazing if we could see it from more people more often. Emotion often gets the better of us, and we need to find a way of saying, I need a moment, I need to breathe, I need to relax, because we get hot-tempered, we get offended, or we get put off, or we get discouraged by comments and statements, and even questions. Somebody asks questions, we shouldn't get upset. Shouldn't be, what do you think you're doing there? Why are you doing this? And we get offended, we get upset, we get hurt by, why would you ask me? Why would you ask me such a thing? What do you think I'm doing? Why don't you trust me that I'm doing the thing? Do you need to understand that it's contrary to what you think? I'm sorry, that's what you think. You can't prove to me what you're saying is right or wrong. It's just different from how I do it. The world has a number of ways of doing things. Holidays is a big one. How many different ways of holidays are there? The United States has a multitude of days that are not federal holidays, mind you, but and some of them are. But all these days made up for this or that. Why? Have people gotten so far from being able to appreciate the day and the thing that they do and the world that they have to be reminded and do it at the same time as everyone else? And this is what gets me about modern holidays that have lost so much of their meaning. The gift-giving days, and even the meaning of things like primary school, things that we have to do, things that we are responsible for, have now become it's become such a commonplace that people are not doing them or giving up because of lack of encouragement, because they're because they just don't want to do it, because they don't understand it, because we don't have the meaning anymore for the things that we're doing, and so people don't want to do them. And then there's the competition to do things on the same day or at the same time as others. The holidays being the example, or even the Hallmark holidays, as they are sometimes referred to. Everybody in the world's doing something for somebody on this one day. Now we'll use Father's Day as an example. I am a father, and I do not celebrate Father's Day. I do not need recognition on Father's Day to know that I am a dad, or to think, or to see, or to consider my kids loving me any more or less than they do. I don't need a card on Father's Day. I don't need them to say Happy Father's Day to me, because I know my kids love me, and we express it to each other every day. We appreciate each other, and we show that we care, and we show that we are proud during and after achievement. And this is a really big rant. I am venting something fierce, but I'm tired. I'm tired, and I'm frustrated, and I've got a lot of heartache. I've got a lot of struggle and difficulty at the moment, and I am trying to get through it the best I can. And those that I have helped, those that I have encouraged and shown inspiration to, are there for me. Not always. Not all of them approve of what I'm doing. Not all of them want to hear what I have to say. But some of them that have truly been inspired and get the idea of how I live, or why I live the way I do, have been very supportive of me. And I appreciate that, and I thank them, and they know, and I thank them. I thank them here, and I thank them in person. I thank them over the phone. My friends, I hope they know how much they mean to me. People I care about. And when I tell them things that they disagree with, it's because I care. If I have a question about something, it's because I don't understand why they're doing it, or maybe I do understand why they're doing it. I just want to make sure they understand why they're doing it. And it's not an easy thing to live this way. I've lost many friends in my travels. There have been arguments, and there have been conflict. But I am hoping for, and I'm striving for, and I am in attempt to make a better world, even if it's just one smile at a time.